There we are. Cool.
Nice.
Alright, I'm on.
I will post it.
I wonder if disconnecting now and reconnecting will make the mod work properly. Oh, guess we'll see. Alright, I'm just waiting for Sumo to start.
Yep. I think they're ready.
Potentially.
Oh no.
What happened?
Told me 2 people that are Simone.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Already up to a great start. They're both swimming
Are
at
they
once.
in those positions? I'm below.
Get away. They're in the way. Okay. There. Okay.
I'm just gonna do this and hopefully.
Okay, thanks, Samante. OC lost.
Okay. So.
Alright, so last match of the first round of CMCT 2. Otaku Clan versus Elysium? Is that their name?
Yep.
Cool. So Otaku Clan, we have Sprock, Chizot, Seabank, and Samate whenever he joins the team. And then for Elysium, we have Slumpy, Elemental Assassin, Fleur, I'm gonna go with Fleur, and Gaily. I'm butchering these names, but oh well. So last match of the first round. You know, Ben has a lot riding on this. If Otaku Clan wins, then he doesn't have to change any of the bracket. But if Elysium wins, then he has to redo the bracket, so.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just make a separate bracket and simulate it. And then like manually do it on the main one, so the link won't change.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. They have their entire team here.
Oh. Yeah, I'm telling them they can only have 4 on the server for the match start.
So Elysium's roster might change. Probably gonna change.
v6.
Let's go. Are they down to one more? One more is still on the server.
They also need to join.
Have fun with that. So anyway, on Mayhem, 7th match on this that's being played. This probably don't need any type of tour or anything.
Oh, they're making this very difficult.
Just go into their channel and tell them what's what. I guess so.
I should do that.
IUM there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, they have their teams. There's still one more on the server. Which was first of all? They're all the same.
That's the question or
they're all the same.
On the monument, it is PvE, but I think it makes more sense to call first wall the PvP wall.
I think it doesn't make sense to go for second or third, just parkour, PvE, and PvP.
That's why I call them
that. Okay, so they're all here. It looks like everyone's on the proper teams. So for Elysium, we have Slumpy still, we have Kylie still, Elemental Assassin still, and then Hyptastic now. And then for Otaku Clan, we still have Samate, Chizat, Seabank, and Sprock. So Otaku Clan's ready, we're just waiting for Elysium to finish up and get ready. And then we'll get started soon. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Seems like they could have definitely done a 5v5 or 5v6.
Probably. Would have been interesting just having the entire tournament be a 4v4 except for this one match, but
teams are too active.
You know, aside from the teams that like 2v4'd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do know Elysium was stratting a bit. I know they're doing some scrims, so I think they're gonna be decently well prepared.
Oh boy.
But
yeah, I think it'll be a close match. Elysium is the one. There were like the top tier teams and the bottom tier teams. The top teams had usually people who had played Race for World before. I think all the top 9 seeded teams had at least one person that was recognizable by most people to play in like an RMCT or an annual championship or something. And Elysium didn't have any of those people, but it did have people that I did recognize. Like Hyptastic is one that's been around in Oceania a bunch, been on some higher tier teams, so he's fairly competent, I'd say. I don't know how much Race for Wool experience he has, but definitely one of the more recognizable names on the other rosters. And then Otaku Clan's been around for ages, so. See, Elysium's playing the strat of just not even staying in the trough, so. That's in 1 minute, but. Okay, they're ready. Cool. Gailey is still. No, he's in the trough. Alright, we're starting. It's a miracle. Alright, I restarted before the match, so hopefully the client mod works properly. Looks like it does not. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. And we'll see whenever someone actually touches the wall. So Otaku Clan's out of their chests first, really quickly. Chiza has his blocks. So he's starting his bridge, and he got his bridge fully across. Didn't make it all the way across, but Sprock is, and he'll be heading up the mountain. Looks like we had Elemental Assassin go right for the iron. Chiza just jumped out of the world. Doesn't look like Otaku Clan has anyone inside of resources. Elysium's using the same cannon that looks like the same cannon that Pune Army used. So Otaku Clan, if they want iron, they're gonna have to hurry really quickly to get there.
Smonte's got a really good PvP position. Oh, he died actually, or left, but he was a.
Smoke's just about up the mountain. A little slow with the cannon for Elysium. But there it is. It's off. And does a good chunk to the iron. Still 3 iron blocks left, but the big thing, the Ender Pearl, is gone, so they're gonna have to worry about that. Elysium is mostly across. Chiza took up the mantle of just PvPing at the gap, and looked like he did a really good job at slowing them. But Otaku Clan is at the top of the mountain. Sprock is running PvP wool right away. Samante's over here at the top of the mountain with the power bow and the chest plate, so he'll be providing cover. There's no one even remotely close at the top of the mountain for Elysium, so Sprock has a pretty free run at this currently. We do have Slumpy. Slumpy's in the TNT resources, so he could potentially get a spot, but C-Bank's over here as well, so he can provide cover and potentially shoot if they do end up trying to shoot at Sprock. Gailey taken out by Samate, so that's even more cover at the top of the mountain. And Sprock is just about at the wool box already.
Before he was taken out, he watered the house, which is actually a pretty cool strat that I haven't seen before, but I like it.
Yeah, you see a ladder from C-Bank. Looks like he was trying to cannon the house, but that water seems to have stopped that cannon dead in its tracks. So he just abandoned his post and went to PvP at the top of the mountain. So Sprock has the wool. Looks like he's done a pass around already. Does he still have wool on him? He does not. Yes, he does. He just grabs some for the chest. So he's running out just to see how it goes. Looks like Otaku Clan is just outright not going for resources, opting for a rush strat over getting all the resources. Elysium left one of the iron blocks, which is interesting, but Elemental Assassin's out of resources and is bringing supplies to his team. Sprock was shot by Slumpy, so he was not able to make it all the way out of the wall, but the pass around is in the PvE. So as long as Otaku Clan has someone run it fairly quickly, that should still be secured, so long as Elysium doesn't have a cannon for it, and the mod does not.
That's a pretty interesting cannon that they've made. Looks
like
he's almost ready to fire.
There we go. Oh, jeez. That's something. That's something. Quite sure where that's going. Slumpy is still in the TNT.
Sorry.
Slumpy's still in the TNT resources. Flip the tree.
Yeah.
Interesting. Slumpy, I'm not quite sure what he's doing in the TNT resources. He's grabbing a bunch of stone, so he might be going for diamonds potentially. Getting enough stone for a furnace, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Looks like C-Bank's going for the interesting strat of just blowing up your own lane. Although maybe it was that part of the lane that was interfering with their cannon. Looks really awkward to fire. Really exposed. CMCT's taking a lot of damage just trying to fire it. But no other... Doesn't look like there's any other attempts on any wolves currently. I really want to see this cannon actually do something. Gailey's shot by CMCT, so he still has a stranglehold on the top of the mountain currently. Elysium still hasn't gotten their supplies at the top of the mountain, so if that's what this cannon's trying to do, then they're gonna have to hurry and get those. Cheese Out tried to swim in the lava. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Cheese Out swam in lava. That might have been him trying to run the parkour.
I don't see any pass around for it.
Yeah. I couldn't teleport in time, so I'm not sure, but Sprock's making an attempt on the PvE wall. He has the diamond sword, he probably has... He has the strength potion, and he has the chain chestplate at the start. What is this? This looks like an ice cannon from Elysium. Trying to get rid of the ice. Doesn't look like it did all that much. I don't think it did anything. That might be what Slumpy's trying to do right now. Just a simple 3-stage for it. Let's see if the timing's right this time. Yep, it gets a lot of the ice. It's still jumpable. Still very much jumpable. But if he keeps going at it, it might not be jumpable for too long, which is really big. Because Otaku Clan doesn't have their Ender Pearl anymore, and they didn't go down to resources to get the Fire Res potions. Now it's not jumpable. Now they definitely need those Fire Res potions.
Really good timing from Slumpy there.
Yep. Spark picked it up as a pass round in the PvE, so he's actually at the final room right now, making really quick progress on this. So this last room is really brutal actually, but once they get this, they're just gonna have to figure out how to get this parkour wall, which is she's gonna make another attempt at it. Looks like he just died. And this attempt's going to be very short-lived. How many supplies does he have? He only has some bread and bow and arrow, but this attempt is not going to go anywhere. And she's realizing that he can't do anything. Looks like he's just going to run out, not going to suicide. Somebody's trying to shoot at him, getting out, but not really doing too much.
So, Elysium is at the top of the mountain now, and for all that control Otaku had, they never made a mountain cannon, so...
Yeah, that might have been what the cannon that CMCT was trying to make was going for, but in the end it didn't seem like it was all that helpful. Especially since, Elysium has control now, and they're making their own cannon, so... that rush could have really worked. They have the PvP wall, but getting this parkour wall now is going to be a little bit more difficult. Cheeseout's still just chilling here at the base of the parkour. Might have sent Gabank. Seemed like he was running towards the start. Until Assassin got knocked out of the world. I think CMCT just... He had all of the supplies on him. Looks like CMCT might have gotten a really lucky shot. That's all of their iron. That's their Ender Pearl. That's some TNT. That's a really big shot from CMCT. And Sprock getting the red wool as well too. He's running out. Looks like he just blitzed it in here and made it out. So that's 2 wools occurred for Otaku Clan.
He's coming out with Fire Res.
Yep, and while that happened, Gailey ended up getting the parkour wool. So all 3 wools have been touched just by different teams. Does he have the Fire Res? Doesn't matter. He's able to make it across easily. Cheeseout is at the top right here. It looks like he swam up so that he could have an easier time of getting the Fire Res. But by doing that, he lost a shot on Gailey actually running the wool. So they were able to get it because of that, and then Gailey, if he has a pickaxe on him, which is exactly what he's making right now, he can just tunnel up and not have to worry about anything. He's not just getting filled with ink sacks right now. So Sprock looks like he's just chilling at the pass round. He might be staying here to PvP full time. He has a really nice shot on the last section of the PvP wall. But it doesn't look like he's aiming to come out anytime soon. So Seabank's coming up to the mountain. He has all the fire res potions on him. So with where the ice cannon was, Chizat can still... Oh, looks like that's a cannon for the diamonds. Although it looks like it also took out all... Okay, somebody did make an iron pickaxe and collected all the diamonds. It looks like he collected all of the diamonds for Elysium. So they're going to be getting up really soon. A little bit of a slowdown, kink in the plans with Elemental Assassin getting knocked out of the world by Samate, but somebody's having a little bit of a difficult time just trying to get out. So Seabank, Chizat's actually at the top of the mountain as well. He has the fire res potions. Looks like he just climbed out. Didn't worry too much about staying, but he has the fire res potions. Does he have? Yeah, I think he has all 4 of them. He has 3 of them on him right now. Might have saved 1, just to be sure. But still no attempt on the PvP pool, which is going to be difficult with Sprock's position right here. He doesn't have a power bow, which makes sense since they didn't go and get the enchanting, which Seabank definitely could have grabbed while he was down there, but it looks like he just grabbed the fire res potions and then came out. So Chizat's back in the parkour. Gailey is just trying to get out, so Cheese just kind of has a free run at this. Somebody's trying to get out with the diamonds, and Chizat makes it to where he was before and just jumps and is swimming. Chizat starved to death? What? Hello?
Well, I thought he was walking around.
Interesting. But Chizat did make it, so trying to get out is going to be a little bit of a different story. He can pass around, or he's just going to try and swim it out. Once he makes it to this little pillar right here, it's a little difficult to get back onto the ice, but he has the fire res to keep trying, or he's just going to swim the entire way. Yeah, something coming out to... Where did he end up? Somebody's at the top of the mountain. He completely abandoned his post, and it looks like he was trying the one that was trying to potentially lock down from over here. So having to deliver diamonds to his team definitely hurt them, because while that happened, I don't know if Chizat even noticed it or like timed it or anything, but while that happened, Chizat just ran the wool. So that's all 3 wools touched and just about secured for Otaku clan. And Elysium currently just has the parkour wool, but Elemental Assassin is taking on the PvE wool. He doesn't have the strength potion, but he has the diamond sword and the protection chestplate, and then some of the leftover armor, leftover iron that he didn't get shot out of the world with. That strength potion is definitely going to slow him down a bit. And he almost gets knocked out of the world by a creeper with all of it again. But looks like Sprock is potentially... Yeah, Sprock came out with the wool. So they might be just abandoning this PvP wool lockdown, which, considering they have full diamond now, they might not have been able to lock it down for all that long. Hyptastics in the chain armor from resources. Slumpy's in the full diamond. And Chizat is out and just about at the top of the mountain with the parkour wool. So we'll see how Otaku clan ends up doing their VM lockdown, or their VM run. Gailey is coming all the way back to the start. He might be trying to set up a Victory Monument lockdown. He doesn't have any TNT supplies on him, so he can really only shoot. But their lane is not lit up at all, so he has to fight all these mobs just to potentially lock down the Victory Monument. He's having a really rough time, and he gets taken out by a creeper, so now there's no DM lockdown at all, really. There aren't even starting supplies for him to use to potentially VM lockdown. So Chizat's over here, he's placing safeties. Just Sprock watching him die. Wow, I'm curious what they're doing for the VM run, because it looks like they're setting up the makings of a potential Icarus right now. But actually, Kabank has the saplings, so it looks like that's what they're going to be doing. So,
We need to get rid of those torches if the tree's gonna go.
Elemental Assassin has made some really good progress on the PV wall. Is actually just about in. Looks like he got poisoned somewhere. Not quite sure where. Oh, there was a witch in here. So it's going to be a little annoying. But he has Red Wall Touch. But this PvP wall, they need to start making progress on this. Somebody's just trying to set up a cannon. They have 2 people at the top of the mountain. They have the control to run this. But there's just no one running it right now. So they have one of the trees. I'm assuming they ran out of saplings or bone meal. Yeah, looks like he's out of bone meal. Sprock should have some from the... Yeah, Sprock has a lot more bone meal from the PvU wall run. So, just laddering up here. How many ladders does he have? Not that many, so... That might have been what Seabank was doing. Just trying to get wood for ladders. No? Just saplings? Right, yeah, so Mate having a really tough time at the top of the mountain. Elysium has full control, ton of armor, enchanted bows, whatnot, but they're not pressing this advantage at all, really. This would be the perfect time for something to run the PvP pool. But that's not currently happening.
I think Slumpy's going for it right now.
Is he?
Yep. He just said.
Oh, okay. So Otaku Clan has to hurry. But even whenever they do get this, they have to get it out. They have to get to the Victory Monument, and Otaku Clan just has to get to the Victory Monument. Who was it? Who was it that was having a rough time over here? Gallia was the one that was having a rough time. He made it back to the house to get geared up, but I think in the time that it took for him to get his gear, get some supplies to potentially lock this down. Does he have any TNT? That's the only thing that would really save him. Yeah, he doesn't even have TNT. So in the time that it took them for them to do that, Otaku Clan's almost dual Mayhem run. They're just about over here. Sprock just needs to pillar and bridge over here. I'm doing so with wool. Don't use all the wool. Nah, I still have some left. And there's red. There's yellow.
Wait long enough, Slumpy will get the wool touch. He's almost there. No.
Nah. But that's Otaku Clan with the win. Really close game. That went a lot closer than I thought it would.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Elysium needed to run the PvP wall a lot faster than they did.
Or just pressure Cheese at all running parkour. I mean, Cheese
Yeah.
just swam naked. Like, even if
Yeah.
someone was just shooting him a little bit.
Yeah, the
it
two
would've been
people
a lot.
that could have stopped him, Guiley coming out of the parkour and Slumpy in the resources, all left their posts at the worst possible time for him to just run it naked with the Fire Res potion. But yeah, really close match. That was almost the second match that Elysium could have, or that both teams touch all 3 wolves. So really, really close.
Okay.
It's fucking...
Okay. I will drag as he runs.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the conclusion of the first round of CMCT. Oh no, they can't decide. Can't decide who's gonna sumo. They can't decide who's gonna interview. Interesting. So who do we actually have? Sprock.
Hello.
And we have Rocky for Elysium. So welcome both teams. Really good game. Really good game on both sides.
I mean,
You mean?
they did well. My team did not, but
Your team did fine. You guys won.
We were pretty confused because we managed to blow up ice, right? And so we were like, we thought that we were like safe on that aspect. So we started focusing, getting our other like 2 walls back, and then you guys like capped all 3 out of nowhere. We literally had no clue.
So what they did is they went down to get the fire res pots by the enchanting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just caught us by surprise.
You had two people that were in really good positions to potentially shoot and stop that. I think you were coming out of parkour.
I had the guy coming out of third pinned
Yeah.
on his pillar.
Yeah, you were coming out of
Yeah,
parkour, and then you had Slumpy that was inside of the resource area that could have gotten a really good shot on Cheese, but he came out with the diamonds right as Cheese started running it. I think if he stayed for a minute longer, he would have been able to notice Cheese running it and would have been able to get a shot on him and potentially kill him.
I also believe Cheese's initial run would have been fine if he didn't throw and jump into lava.
Yeah, that too.
I believe his timing was before the cannon with his initial run.
Yeah, it was. We saw the same thing happened with Cheese as what happened with Punarmi. That the guy was ran. He got to the part that was cannon and was just kind of like standing there, confused and sad at not being able to finish. Although he did something different. He actually ran out. He didn't just jump into lava and death warp back to the start. So that was probably really smart on his end. Still preserving the supplies that he had, the food, the position that he had.
Yeah, I mean, Cheese was naked running it, so I think if you guys would have even pressured him just a little bit, you could have had a much longer term lockdown.
Yeah.
We also modified our strat like on the fly based on how long it took you guys to get your bridge. Like we were supposed to hold the mountain and then get walls once we like had the mountain, but because your bridge was so delayed, I just blitzed PvP and had it like before you could ever even look at it.
Yeah.
Were you planning on running iron as well? Or was that never a plan?
Me? Us?
No, Otaku plan.
Yeah.
Did we run iron? I think you just went for the fire as
No,
points.
you didn't run iron, but like, were you planning on running iron on your initial strat?
We never had any plans to go for resources.
Interesting. I mean, it worked out. And also in the same vein, Elysium, did you guys have a plan to run diamond resources, or was that something that you guys had to change once Elemental Assassin got knocked out of the world?
I think we weren't originally, but obviously Elemental, like, he fell out, or he got hit out, whatever happened. I just heard a load of screaming. That's all. But yeah, so then obviously because I had the majority of the iron because I picked it up in chest. So and I was down in I was pillaring up from lava. So so I think that was a sort of on the fly decision. So to fight the PvE war.
Yeah, I think the diamonds would have been a lot more suited to run the PvP wall, which you guys ended up doing at the end, but I think it ended up being a little too late. You guys had like full control of the mountain and could have run the PvP wall really quickly, and then it would have been a matter of getting to the victory monument.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Sprock, do you have any comments on the whatever cannon was set up in the middle of the map?
Well, see, that cannon works if he builds it properly. I don't know. It might have been like nerves or something that he like ended up backfiring it.
Oh, what was the cannon supposed to do?
At
Was it
like a
supposed to hit
super
the
long
top of the
delay, it lobs TNT and it lands on the top of the mountain.
Ah, gotcha.
So, yeah. Like, the only way to stop it, if he doesn't backfire it, is to counter cannon it.
Yeah. I figured that's what the plan was, and I was excited to see it happen, and then it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a while for some of these guys like playing in like even like a slight pressure situation. So it's like it's really easy to succumb to nerves, I feel like, when you're like kind of unsure of how you're gonna perform.
That makes sense.
Especially like Elysium was hyped up by the like people that know OCN and stuff, so some people definitely
Elysium performed really well. I think if they would have been a little
of all the new teams, I feel like they were definitely one of the stronger performances.
I think we played possibly the 8th seed, maybe was it the 8th seed or something like that. We played them, so like, and they were helping us in some scrims, like giving us tips and stuff. So that was our 3rd game, I think, of that map we've played before. So we managed to get some like decent sort of ideas and strats out from them since they were helping us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys did really well. You nearly had all 3 wall touches. Like,
which would have been the second match that all 3 teams would have touched all 3 walls.
Yeah.
So really evenly matched. It was a good game. I'm not saying that just to like.
Yeah, it was fun.
Be partial.
I enjoyed it.
It's not like when Ben said it was a good match after stomping his enemy team. It's actually a good match.
Yeah, I mean, I think if just a couple things, like if you guys would have just shot cheese at all running the parkour, or if you just would have started PvP a little bit earlier, you guys definitely could have won. It was you guys were really close to victory there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's sort of that, I'm not sure if it's, possibly it's game sense, like not sense, sorry, experience. I
Experience
think
from
that's sort of,
OCN and
yeah,
stuff.
definitely. Like that sort of, if we'd known, I like the stuff we learnt on the fly was sort of like that mountain was like really good angles, like on everybody running up and down it. We sort of noticed early game you guys had someone up there. Like that's something we tried to. That was sort of something we had to counter mid game there because we had no idea that gave angles and we were getting picked everywhere. But
For sure,
Yeah.
extremely strong
so like
angle.
yeah,
You guys were
so like
able
that's
to.
something.
You guys were able to like on the fly grab that, and then you guys had complete dominance at the top of the mountain towards the end. Once you guys had gear and whatnot,
Yeah, it was
which
definitely really strong.
probably falling back on just PvP knowledge in general and PvP experience. Well, I've got nothing else. Ben, do you have anything?
Not really. I would just say, yeah, you guys were, definitely played really well, and you should get a much easier round 2 matchup. Be very winnable.
Yeah,
just
we're looking forward to it. It's actually quite
Yeah.
quite fun.
I'm looking forward to all of the second round matchups. The
Yeah.
teams that have a lot of race rule experience are all playing each other next, so we'll see some close games on that end.
Oh,
And then the teams that don't necessarily have as much race rule experience are all playing each other as well. So we'll see how some teams, what teams have learned from the first round, and which teams can either use previous experience or more practice or something to try and snatch a win from some of the other less
I
experienced
still
teams.
think Procession leads slightly more to more interesting matches than Mountain Mayhem does.
That too. No 5-minute matches.
So which is the next map getting played? Is it?
Procession is the next one.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on the server
one
as server as
cool.
Procession Beta. Just so it doesn't conflict with the one in the repo.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And yeah, you guys are talking about game sense. Just the best way to do that is just scrim as much as you can.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yeah, dude.
So do any of the other teams have any comments? Sprock? Otaku playing Elysium.
Like, I know I made the Cat Productions +3 joke, but I'd like my team to tighten up their performance moving forward. Mainly cheese. I expect more from cheese. Cheese.
I wish the bank had died. I wanted to see that cannon.
Anything from Elysium?
Sorry, what was the question?
Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, not really. I think we're looking forward to round 2. We should definitely, with some more. By the sounds of it, it should be a team which is a little bit like the same level as us. So hopefully that should be a bit more fun then. I mean, this game was just as fun as well, but it's all about learning really for us. So we're just gonna get our games in and have a go.
I guess since this is the last match, I can actually tell you guys who you're playing next round, and you can talk about that.
I don't want to hear it.
You're playing Pin Army.
ZZ, convince Matt to sit out. We'll have a chance.
And
Not convincing myself to sit out. That's a mage.
Elysium, you guys will be playing Stefan's Trap House. So
Okay.
be a good matchup. Stefan's another new team, but I know they were putting some decent work in too, so I'm expecting a good match there.
It's okay. I look forward to losing to Elysium in the bracket stage.
Yeah, if you guys keep improving the way you are, definitely.
Maybe one day.
All right. Anything else easy that you have?
Nope, I got nothing. The second round's gonna start sometime next week. The matches will get scheduled and whatnot. You've only been posting to Discord, right?
Yeah. So check the Discord. There's a match times channel that I'll post all the match times in.
Yep, and we'll see what happens from there. I'm excited for the next round.
All right, GG's.
Cool. Yeah. See you guys then. See ya. GG.
Sprout, get out of here. Sprout, get out of there. Okay, yeah. So stay tuned in the Discord for match times. It'll be played on Procession. It's a new updated Procession with a couple of changes. Nothing too drastic. Everything's still Procession-y. Still recognizable, but a couple of changes, and we'll see how that ends up playing out and how the matches end up being. So thanks everyone for watching the first round of CMCT 2. More matches on the way, a ton more matches. 14 just in the group stages alone. So
Yep. Well, no, 16 more.
16. Obey. That's the only one that.
Well, there was 9 matches a week, but Obey left. So.
Oh, okay, so it's 8.
8 matches a week.
So
Yeah.
16 more matches still left. So there's a lot of race for wool left to be played. A lot more changes to see how the tournament ends up playing out. So. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week for the next matches. Or, I guess this week. I don't know. Either way, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.